Hi, this is Stu, and today I thought we'd have a look at Baddha Konasana, or at least the ability for us to get our knees down a little bit closer to the floor. Now, everybody will have a slightly different shape as far as the proportion of their leg lengths, so it's not going to be the same for everybody. And it might be for some that it's good to bring your heels right close to your groin, but for other people you might have to have your heels a little bit further away. If your heels are way out here, then, and your knees are still up, then you've got a lot of restrictions that you need to work through, so just sort of keep them where they are. But if you sort of can bring them in and your knees are sort of up here, then we need to think, how can we actually work to bring them down? So one thing, I'm only going to show you this little exercise, which is quite fun to do and easy to do against the wall. So what you can see is Oscar and I are sitting right back up against the wall, and so you want to feel your low back really against the wall, and you just place your hands on your insides of your thighs, and you're going to be squeezing your thighs up into your hands, but only about 30% effort. This is not a maximal effort thing, okay, because your muscles are at their full extension, and so they're weakest. So what we want to do is just engage them, and all I'm doing is meeting the pressure of my arms. I'm not actually trying to push my knees towards the floor, okay? And so I'm contracting those muscles as I'm breathing in and as I'm breathing out, and I'm going to do so for about 10 breaths. And then after my 10 breaths, I'm going to slowly relax, and we should see that the knees will start to drift slightly towards the floor. And from then we're going to press again, and I'm pressing into my hands. Now, if my hands weren't there, you would see this. This would be happening. So I'm not pressing them down with my hands, I'm pressing up with my knees, but stopping them with my hands. And that's a really important differentiation to make. So here I'm in my round 2. After I've done my third pre-press, I relax. You might find them come a little bit closer to the floor, and then we do our last one. So we're pressing up. When we've held it for 10 breaths, I'm making it a little bit quicker for this video, about 10 nice breaths, then relax, and they should sink down. It's only worth doing this exercise 3 times or 3 cycles because you've used up the usefulness of the exercise, and the amount of time you spend doing it, you won't see the changes. But you do need to do it sort of every other day in order to maintain the effectiveness of it. So we're contracting the muscle and then we're relaxing the muscle. And that can be used throughout the body for a similar sort of effect. But this is really nice position because you're nice and firm against the wall, you're nice and supported. Now, if you did that exercise and you saw no change at all, what we have to explore is the possibility that maybe it's something to do with your hip joint as far as the structure or construction of it that is stopping the hip going or the legs going down to the floor. So you should never force this position because you could actually maybe hurt the hip socket. If your legs are sort of way up here, then the chances are you're still stuck in the muscular restrictions. But if your legs are down here and they've never gone any lower, then we need to bear in mind that potentially that's just the way you're made. And so don't ever force it. Go nice and gently with your body and respect it and coax it into where you want it to go. If it's not going, then you need to explore why it might not be going there. And maybe we'll cover that in a different video. So this was just a little exercise that you can do to improve your Baddha Konasana as far as bringing the knees a little bit closer to the floor. Hope you enjoyed that and have some fun.